Welcome to Knit in the Zone. I'm Jen, and this is episode 35. This is a vlog about all things knitting, yarn, sometimes crochet, and sometimes some other random things too. Thank you to everyone who's joining me today. Welcome if you are a new viewer, and welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Before we get started, I want to let you know where you can find me across all of the social media things. I am Nitty Gritty Vegan on Ravelry. The group that you can join on Ravelry is called Knit in the Zone, and you can search for it under the groups tab. It is not super active, but I would love to have you over there. I'm trying to make it more active. It's just really hard whenever you're starting up, to get a group together and get everyone all on board. I am very, very active on Instagram, and I have two accounts over there. I have one for Knit in the Zone, which is knit_in_the_zone. And then I have one for Train Track Fiber Designs. And then you can go to my yarn shop at traintrackfiberdesigns.com. I have a bunch of hand-dyed yarn there. And then, of course, you can get all of the clickable show notes for everything I talk about in each episode at knitinthezone.com. And I think that's all of the ways you can find me. I always like to look through my notes and make sure that I've mentioned everything because there's just so much going on. So that was it. This is actually the second time I've filmed this today. The first time I was outside. It's super pretty outside today. It's like 62 degrees, so I can wear a sweater. And I was out there filming, not filming. I was out there filming, and I had the whole entire thing done, and I was just listening to it, to make sure the sound quality was okay and make sure I mentioned everything correctly. And I deleted it. It was too loud with all the bugs, and then I guess I don't notice it really because I go out there a lot, but I just don't notice how loud the bugs are really, or the birds and things too. But those little cicadas, man, they are so loud. They are sitting there screaming the whole time. So anyways, I'm inside. But I just wanted to let you know I did film this twice. And I want to tell you guys what I'm wearing. So I don't remember the name of this sweater. I think a stonecutter sweater, and it is a Amy Miller pattern. I knit this, I guess maybe I finished it in April of this year. This is the first day I've tried to wear it though, because it's actually cool. And this is a Juniper Moon Farms yarn that I don't know the name of. I will link it in the show notes. But anyways, I think the color was called Tree Frog though. But let me see. I might have enough room to stand up right here. I don't want to kick the camera over. Everything's really close to me in here, but yeah, okay. So you can see it's like a sweater, but it has mid sleeves. I think it called for long sleeves, but I made mid sleeves because I don't really like a long sleeve on a sweater for myself for the most part. Just because I guess probably the same with anyone who has kids or anything, but I'm washing my hands and doing stuff a lot because I have dogs and cats, and we, have to do a lot of things that would require hand washing. I think just being a woman in general, we do a lot of things where, we're taking care of stuff and cooking and cleaning and doing stuff. So anyways, long sleeves and I don't get along usually unless I have to go outside and wear them. But for most sweaters, I do a mid sleeve. Anyways, enough about that. I am going to show you what I'm stocking. So I know a few weeks ago I had mentioned that I was stocking the sock head hat, and I still really love the idea of it. And I have a finished object, so I'm ready to start something else. And my thing I'm going to start either later today or tomorrow is going to be a hat, 100% for sure. I'm torn between sock head and then this. This is called Vintage Prim by Andrea Mowry. And it is a brioche hat, and it does have that slouch at the top a little bit. If I knit this, I would make that top part a bit longer. I don't know, everyone, I guess you probably have a preference. If you've worn hats or knit hats for yourself, you probably have a preference of how they fit you. My preference is that they are kind of baggier and kind of longer than, than what they need to be. I find that like I don't know what it's called. Is it called I don't know. What is it called? Like a tight knit cap. I don't know what it is. But you know, the ones that actually like fit your head like a glove and they're like tight on the top and stuff. Those look really silly on me, in my opinion. Somebody might not think so, but I think they look, you know, foolish on me. So I like a hat with a lot more slouch at the top, and I like for them to be, you know, fitted in the brim area, but then oversized. So that's why sock head hat is so appealing to me, but I really fear that I would get so bored just knitting it, because it is just straight stockinette for like ever. So that's why this one is so appealing. And this is a paid pattern. I believe it's $6 for prim or vintage prim. So what I might do is purchase this, and then I think the sock head hat is free. So what I might do is get both of them, take a look at them side by side, and see if I can marry the two somehow and make, you know, make the design on this one fit on sock head, which I feel like would be relatively easy, possibly. Or maybe I could just make this one, like I said, longer. But anyway, that's the first thing I'm stocking. The second thing I'm stocking, this is called Erica, and I cannot say this person's name who wrote it, so I am just not going to. But the pattern is called Erica. It's a beautiful shawl, and it is a free pattern. The shawl has, as you can see, it has 3 colors, and then it has a couple of lace sections that are different lace from what I understand. And the striping sequence appears to be different as well. This is something I accidentally stumbled across. I wasn't looking for a shawl. I just happened to see it, and I thought it was cute. So I wanted to show you guys. I'm not going to start this anytime soon because I am holding out for the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along that's supposed to start the end of this month. So I did add that to my queue. Like I said, I know I'm not going to start it anytime soon. I just thought it was really pretty, and I wanted to show you guys in case anyone is interested in that or looking for something like that. I believe it was free, and it just is so pretty, and I would like to knit that eventually. So wanted to show you guys that. I'm going to show you my finished object because I haven't had one in a while. So I think the last finished object I had was my Hermione socks. So I finished these, and it's socks. These are the air raid socks. And I'd started working on these last week, and I showed them to you, and I finished them last night. And I actually think I started working on them possibly, what is today even? I don't know. I started working on them 2 Fridays ago. What day was that? I don't know why it really even matters, but now it's bothering me. I think I started working on them August 25th. Sorry, I know that doesn't even matter, but it does to me. So anyway, I started working on them August 25th, and I finished them last night, which would have been September 6th, which was Wednesday. And I devoted quite a bit of my knitting time to these in the past few weeks, or week and a half, and that's why I finished them so quickly. So this is what they look like. It is a 4-stitch lace repeat in a set on an 8-stitch, whatever, 8-stitch pattern, if that makes sense. Because what you do, it's a free pattern, so I don't feel like they would care if I said this, but it actually is just a 4-stitch repeat, and then you do 4 knit, and then you do your repeat again, knit 4, and so it goes really fast. And the sequence is only 2 different variations for, you know, for each row. There's only 2 row variations. You do not have any rest rows, but it goes very fast because it's very easy to memorize. But I love it. They turned out super pretty. I love the color that I used for them. This is called Mud Boggin, and this colorway is a color in my shop, traintrackfiberdesigns.com. And the toe is knit and juiced. And I also did a contrasting heel. I was going to do a contrasting cuff, and I decided not to because I want to wear these with booties. And that's why I made them so short. If you'll notice, they are particularly short. This is probably the shortest socks I've ever knit, but I knit really short ones because I wanted to wear them with booties, and I just thought that that would be better, you know, to make sure they're short enough. And that's also why I didn't do the contrasting color, because I felt like if for some reason you could see that, you know, a lot of booties, they're a little bit looser around the ankles. So I figured you might be able to see the socks a little bit down in there. And so I didn't want to have hot pink where it really just draws your eye down, you know, at my sock area in my shoe. So anyways, but that's why I didn't. I did have enough yarn though to do it if I had wanted to. I am going to put this bit in my my scrappy blanket, but this is how much I had left. So, and I don't have a scale right here. It's over there, and I'm not going to get up and go do that, but it's definitely enough, you know, to do the cuff if I'd wanted. And I love them. I can't wait to wear them. They're really pretty, and I really love the way that the Mud Boggin went with the Juiced. So that's my finished object. And then I am still working on Ooh La La, and also, of course, my scrappy blanket is going to take, you know, a very long time. But I haven't got much done on Ooh La La. It's probably not even really worth showing, but I'm going to just because I have it here. So I don't know where I was when I showed you guys last week, and I really need to actually take a second and put a marker on this so that we know. But I separated for the pockets, and I did, I think, 3 or 4 rows. And I am going to get back to working on this, you know, pretty hardcore here pretty soon, hopefully. I had intended to do it this week, but then I started up something else, which I'll tell you guys about in a few minutes. But this is the progress that I made on my blanket. I was able to knit 4 squares. I knit 3 of those at Knit Group, and then I had worked on it one day for some other reason. I don't know why I was working on it really, because it's supposed to only, in my mind, just like, this is what I do when I'm at Knit Group. But anyway, so I was over here when I showed you guys last, and I added this square. And this is one of the ones from the Knitology box. Added these 3. This is from the Knitology box, and then these 2 are from that packet from whatever the indie dyer was that I got the box from a few weeks back. But I'll link all of those things in the show notes at knitinthezone.com. But so I added 4 squares. I have decided that I'm gonna add, for sure, at least 2 squares going out this way. Because I feel like, which you can't see it whenever it's on my lap like that, but I feel like 2 squares would make it just big enough to where it would be able to wrap around my legs a little bit better. It'll wrap around my legs right now, but, you know, I don't know. I feel like it would be able to have a place to kind of tuck in and actually stay on my legs better if I had a little bit, you know, a little bit wider. So I plan to do that. I don't know if I'm going to just do that like straight in the middle, like right now, and go ahead and add them, or if I'm going to get done, you know, with the length of it and do it. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what I've got done on it. And ooh, I got a new pen too. So I got this one right here. It says Dog Mom. I'm sure you can see that. But I just found that on Amazon. I thought that was really cute. I actually had gone on there to order some locking pin backs because I didn't have enough for all of my pins. And if you do anything with enamel pins, you know, if you don't have the locking pin backs, then they will just go flying off your bag if they get caught on something, or on flying off of whatever you have them pinned to. So I needed some of those, and that came up in suggested items. I don't think Dog Mom came up, but I think some other pins did. And I've never looked for pins on Amazon. I usually order them all on Etsy because I like to, you know, support hand makers and people like that. But I did purchase that one. I thought it was really cute. So yeah, that's exciting. If you you have a field bag, you probably do the same thing. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on. That's my finished objects. I did want to show you guys, I added a few things to the shop. So one thing I added, there's only one of this. And let me get the other color for it. So I added this as a kit. And this is a Outlaw kit. It's called Outlaw Kit 1. So what it is these 3 colors. If I can get them in my hand so I can hold them and show them all at once. So it's these 3 colors. So you get Slate, which is the dark one. Dive, which is the variegated one that has all the fun colors. And then you get Dolphin. And what makes it a Outlaw is this color. This is Dolphin. There's only one of this. This will not be reproduced. I do not know what I did to make this. This was, you know, a surprise, basically. That does have darker. It has, you know, some lighter colors, blue in here, has a really light blue in there, and then it has some of the darker color again. It is such a slight contrast to itself that it looks really great with these colors. So Slate, even though it does look really gray, it does have a blue undertone to it. So it is a bluey gray. But these are going to be offered, like I said, it's only one kit because I can't reproduce this. And the kit is a Meadow MCN kit, and it has all 3. There are 400 yards on each one of these skeins. And the other color in it is Dive. And as you can see, Dive has black, gray, like 3 or 4 different blues. Has a lot of really pretty colors. And I feel like whenever I put this up, I was like, oh, I'll just put it as you know, kind of a fade kit kind of thing. But then whenever I put it up, I was like, gosh, that would make a really pretty Love You Baby shawl. I don't have mine in here, but that would be so pretty as a Love You Baby, or really anything. You know, you get 1,200 yards total, so, you know, you could do whatever you wanted with it, but it's really pretty. I'm very proud of those colors together. I was proud of myself for putting it all together. So I really love Dive too. That's another one that I really love. I also put up another kit, and this kit is inspired by the idea that Stephen West had put out there for his new mystery knit along. This is in no way affiliated with Stephen West. I do not know him. I'm sure he has no clue who I am. This is just something that I felt inspired to do based on the information that he gave for his upcoming mystery knit along. I am going to dye something else to go with it. These were colors I had in my shop. I just assembled a kit that I thought would look nice. So I thought these colors looked nice together. So this is Seaway. Once again, we have Slate, and this is What If You Fly. And then the minis that I am going to include with this kit are these 5. And as you can see, possibly, if I can hold everything together, you know, that's really difficult to hold everything like that. Okay, so now I know with that kit, or not that kit, the recommendations that he makes is to use speckles and, you know, use a bunch of fun bright colors. And I am gonna dye something like that. But I was also thinking, there's people who are very intimidated by that type of thing, where maybe they would maybe like the idea of some of his designs, but maybe you're not quite as comfortable using, you know, all those things or putting all those together. You're not sure. And it's a lot of money whenever you're spending, you know, to buy a pattern, not really buy the pattern, that's not a big deal, but to buy the yarn for it, you know, and just to kind of have it where you're like, ooh, I don't feel comfortable doing that. So what I did was I felt like this kind of simplified it. The 3 main colors are relatively tame. You know, there's nothing really wild about them at all. And then you do have your 5 pops that are bright. And this is only sold as a kit. I do not sell these minis separate like this. So that's why this is a kit. But these colors are all available on full size in any base that you want. But I'm doing them as a kit with the minis, you know, if you're interested in that sort of thing. And like I said, I do plan to dye a kit that will include some speckles or flecks or things like that for it as well. And then the other thing that I did was I redid A Quiet Things, and I just reskeined it. And I think it looks nice reskeined. So I've never shown you guys one that was reskeined. So I just wanted to show you. I usually don't reskein stuff before I ship it. So if you ever order anything from me, it will be in the dyer's skein, which I show both on my site. You know, I show a reskeined and then I show a dyer skeined, but I just thought that was pretty. And I like how I did my label down here too, because I usually do it upside down, have it at the top, but I think I might start doing them at the bottom. Anyways, I accidentally put it on upside down and I was like, oh, well, that's nifty. So this is Quiet Things, and this is sold any base that you want, and it's on my site. I'm gonna put it back in its home. And I think that's everything I really had to show you guys. I wanted to let you know, okay, so part of the reason I haven't got a lot done knitting this week is because I signed up to take the Master Hand Knitter Certification course. And what that is you've actually, you sign up through the Knitting Guild, and you pay to take the class, and they send you a ton of information on what you need to do. Whenever I signed up, I really thought that, okay, we're going to be knitting some swatches and, you know, I'm going to have a certification. No, you have to write reports. You have to do all types of information. You have to basically explain why you use certain stuff. Like increases and decreases and different things like that. Like they give you a general idea of what to do, but then you have to decide how to go about it, and then you have to actually write out why you've chosen to do each individual thing that you've chosen to do for that. And then you have to write a report on a particular knitting topic, and they tell you what the topic is. I don't know what I'm allowed to share because it is a paid for course, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's more than what I thought it would be as far as the time is taken, and you know, all the information that I have to gather. The phone rang, I recorded on my phone, I had to answer the phone. So that's what I get for not turning it on airplane mode first. But anyways, so I was somewhere in the middle of telling you about Master Hand Knitter course level 1, and I don't know where I was, so I'm just gonna tell you that I will put all of the information on knittinthezone.com, so you can go to the actual website for the Master Hand Knitter course and get the information if you're interested. If you sign up, let me know. We will be knitting school buddies, and it'll be awesome. If you've already gone through it, let me know. I'd love to know what you think about it, or if you have any tips or anything, that'd be fun too. I think that's it about that. I did also want to let you guys know, I don't know if I already mentioned this or not, because like I said, I recorded this outside, and then I came inside, and the phone rang. This is kind of a discombobulated day for filming. But if I haven't mentioned it already, I did add a pop-up to traintrackfiberdesigns.com as well as knittinthezone.com. And what you can do on that pop-up is sign up for email updates from me. So if you're interested, sign up. Those are pop-ups that I put on there. It is from me. It's not some weird wonky outside thing trying to, you know, creep on you. It actually is me. So don't be alarmed. They are there if if you're interested, sign up. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is books. I know I didn't mention this yet because it's down here below the Master Hand Knitter thing that I wanted to mention. So I sent back the book, Apprentice Witch. I made it about 45 minutes into it. I decided that it was a little bit boring. I don't want to say that it's boring. That's kind of mean. I wasn't enjoying listening to it. It might be something I would enjoy holding and reading. But anyway, I sent it back. On Audible, if you're not familiar with it, you can send a book back and get a credit. They let you do this as many times as you want. I'm sure there are stipulations. I'm sure you can't listen to a whole entire book and send it back and get a credit. But you can, listen to a book a certain percentage of the way through and send it back. They'll give you your credit immediately and you can go buy another book. So that's what I did. And the book I got in place of it is called The Devil in the Junior League. This is a book about a girl, I guess she's a woman. She's 28 years old. She lives in Texas. She's part of the Junior League. She lives in the country club. She's very prissy and very southern, and it's very cute. She is having some problems in her marriage that we all find out about together in the book. So that's fun, but not really. But it's fiction, so it's fun. But anyway, it's just really cute. She has a lot of little rules for different things, just little funny things. It's cute. But it is narrated by Jenna Lamia. She's the one who narrated The Help. She narrated, what else? The Secret Life of Bees. She narrated The Book of Polly. She does a lot of Southern books, and I like her accent. She has a really great voice. Obviously, she's a narrator. That's her job. So I enjoy her narration, her work a lot. But if you're interested, go check it out. It's called The Devil in the Junior League, and I will link that in the show notes at knitinthezone.com. I'm still reading Living Dead in Dallas. That is a book that I've been reading while I knit Ooh La La, or either reading in the mornings. We were off work for 5 days for the Labor Day holiday weekend, so I didn't read a lot because whenever we're off work, we kind of do different stuff than what I do if I'm here by myself in the morning. So I didn't put a lot of time into reading, and then also, obviously, I haven't put much time into Ooh La La either. So hopefully I'll finish that soon. I have another book that I want to read, so, it's just so much. It's just like knitting. There's so much things to read and so many things to knit, and there's not but so many hours in a day, so you can't do but so much. So anyways, that's where I am, and that's what I've read, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Sorry there's kind of a wonky break. There's gonna be a wonky break in the middle of this. I don't know how that's gonna work yet, but anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I will see you guys next week. One more thing. Today is Thursday. I usually upload on a Wednesday. I had a thing come up that might be coming up for the next couple of weeks as well, so I may go to Thursdays. I hope to go back to Wednesdays though. But anyways, thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.